You're watching Straight to the Point. I'm your host, William J. Gibbs Jr., and I have on the show Jon West, candidate for Nueces County District Attorney. Jon, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, Jon, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I grew up in Spring, Texas. I went to Texas A&M College Station. After I graduated Texas A&M College Station, I went to St. Mary's Law School. And I actually took the bar exam while I was in law school, so when I graduated, I went down to Starr County and began my career as a felony prosecutor.
So right now, where do you work?
I'm working over in Jim Wells and Brooks. I've been a felony prosecutor for about 20 years, and I've prosecuted throughout South Texas. I've prosecuted in 10 counties. I've prosecuted for 4 different district attorneys, 2 of which were Republican and 2 of them were Democrats. And right now I'm working for Carlos Garcia, and he is the district attorney in Jim Wells and Brooks County.
What district is that?
The 79th.
79th district.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why have you decided to run for the Nueces County District Attorney?
Well, because I live here and because I'm raising my kids here, and I'm watching TV and I'm not satisfied with the result of how our criminal justice system is currently being prosecuted. I'm worried about watching TV and every weekend seeing, aggravated assaults or murders that come on TV. And right now I think we've surpassed our highest murder total for the year in the past 20 years, and that's just not acceptable.
And what do you think is attributable to that?
Well, I think when you have different prosecution philosophies, they have different results. Every single thing we do as a prosecutor matters. Every case that gets turned into us matters. Every case that gets turned into us with a victim, they're relying on us to seek justice in a court. And if we don't seek justice in a court of law, then we're basically leaving victims with an alternative or an option of seeking justice in the streets. And that's not acceptable.
So what in your background prepares you to be the next district attorney?
Well, I've been a felony prosecutor for 20 years, and in that capacity I have been first assistant for several different district attorneys' offices. I've handled every level of felony prosecution. I've handled child protective services cases. I've handled quarantines. I've handled everything that a district attorney's office does. And most of the offices that I've gone into, when I get there, they've had a backlog. So I've developed a method for dealing with backlogs that doesn't sacrifice victims. It doesn't sacrifice the cases. Basically, when I go in, there becomes a finite number of old cases. New cases that come in don't get put at the back of the line. Every place that I've ever been, they take cases in chronological order. So if you've got a 3-year-old backlog, any new case gets put 3 years behind just for simply, the cases that are in front of them.